I've been going on a pretty big Miside spree right here. And it's for good reason, because there's been quite a lot of hype with this game recently, with events and merchandise, and whatever the hell this is. And this one right here is probably one of the biggest ones that we've seen in quite a while. This is the official merch drop, which if you didn't know, they had an art contest and they had all this merchandise available for that art contest, but now you can actually buy it. They made a little Twitter post basically saying there's a crowdfunding campaign and it's a Kickstarter. Here on their Kickstarter, their goal was only $1,286, which if you have eyes, you can see they completely crushed that goal. And yes, this Kickstarter is for the merchandise, so if you donate a certain amount of money, you will get whatever they're selling, which we'll talk more about that later on. They have a little video here. I'm assuming this is just the merchandise they're selling, so let's take a look at it, and then I'll give my thoughts on it as we go. So this right here is the figure. They have two different ones. The iconic chainsaw one, which I think is the 1/6 scale, I'm guessing, which is the more expensive one. And then this is the, I would assume, the 1/7 scale. I don't even really know what these numbers mean. I just know, I think the bigger the number, the cheaper it is. But this one's a bit cheaper. We'll get more in the pricing later. But as you can see, this one doesn't have as much things going on. It's more basic, but it still looks pretty nice. They're doing close-ups. I mean, the video is kind of low res, so it's kind of hard to see all the micro detail, but from what I can tell, it looks like a pretty solid figure, maybe a bit more higher quality than like a pop-up parade from Good Smile. I don't know who exactly is making this. This might be like an own independent thing. This is not from Good Smile from what I can tell. Alright, future me recording. I actually got this wrong with this figure. So they are not two separate figures. The 1/7 scale, or the non-chainsaw Mita version for all the normies, including me, actually is not two separate figures. It is the same figure, but it is a magnet interchangeable body or head. I'll talk more about it later in the video, so stay tuned. I thought I should clarify that so I'm not spreading misinformation. They have normal Mita, and then they have crazy Mita with her iconic knife props. They also have keycaps as well, which I'm pretty glad they're doing. I've never seen keycaps of literally any game merchandise. I don't think there's really many games you could come up with a reasonable keycap thing for. I'm kind of surprised they even came up with a different keycap for every Mita version. But at the same time, there's like 17 different versions. Some of them being a bit more visually attractive and others being kind of scary, maybe not on my keyboard. They also come in this case. I don't know why it needs to come inside of a case. It looks like a TV, bro. These keycaps are pretty expensive. We'll get more into that later, but I don't know what this thing is. It looks kind of unnecessary, though. This is a mouse pad. I feel like I should bring that up since I believe they also have a blanket as well, or some other large thing. Yeah, this is the mouse pad. It looks pretty sick. And something else they did kind of weird I have to bring up. They added all of like the random miscellaneous accessories all in one. So if you literally want the mouse pad, you have to get everything else in the set, which includes like the weird stuff like body pillows and stuff, bro. I swear I bought it for the mouse pad only. Yeah, and here's a body pillow I was talking about. Alright, enough of that. Let's actually talk about the things. So on their GoFundMe, they have quite a few things. They have like all these animated GIFs. I'm not going to read all of this, but half of it's in English and the other half is in Japanese, I would assume. A lot of this stuff up here is just basically giving like brief overview of the game, which I don't think anybody buying this merchandise needs an overview of the game. I mean, I don't just go on Good Smile Company and just buy random figures of games I don't know. Here are some more pictures of the figures. Here's a prototype of Chainsaw Mita. And here's the official one with her standing on computers and keyboards and monitors and all that stuff, which is a very cool figure, but unfortunately, it has a pretty high price, which I guess is to be expected. And down here, they even have a 3D screen. I wonder if this is going to be like that one needy streamer figure that has a whole LCD TV. Okay, so I guess it's just like you move it around and just changes, so it's not actually like a powered screen. Special glass with a 3D holographic effect. Here's the more reasonably priced 1/7 figure, I believe. And it does appear there's 2 different versions. And something I just gotta bring up that I love that they did, the stand. The stand actually looks like it has something to do with the game. Like, I don't know why Good Smile does this. Their stands for like 80% of their figures are some of the cheapest things I've ever felt. Like, they feel like plastic silverware. I'm not even kidding. Like, the figure will be built with like PVC plastic, which is high quality. And that stuff is made out of like polyester type stuff. It's garbage, bro. And it usually has nothing to do with the game. The least they could have done is like drawn like, I don't know, like a pin on it for Monica. Just a quick rant I had to get out of there because I do like what they did with the stand. Here is, I don't even know what to call it. I don't know if her actual name is Normal Mita. I actually think it's Cool Mita. Okay, alright, so this is Cool Mita. But this one also looks like a pretty nice figure. A lot of detail with like the shirt and the skirt. And just overall looks like a rather large figure. Okay, if you actually read the description, the kind Mita and usual Mita, wait, what? The kind Mita and usual Mita versions. I guess they're calling this one usual Mita. I would call her like evil Mita or something. But anyways, they share the same lower body, complete with magnetically interchangeable upper bodies for seamless, effortless swapping. What is with the big trend in magnetic things? Like the Switch 2 did it. I'm seeing like controllers having magnetic buttons, and now anime figures have magnetically removable like heads and legs and stuff. Did Nintendo just start like an entire revolution? And then here's the size of this. This one is nearly 12.5 feet, so this thing is pretty big, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this mic is probably like 6 inches. That's probably gonna be like double the size of my microphone, bro. And even the cheaper one is 9.4 inches. I don't know what that translates to in centimeters, so sorry for everybody who does not live in the US. Alright, here's another look at the keycaps. They come in this like old retro TV looking thing. They do look pretty cute, not gonna lie. Especially, I say this every video, but my favorite one, if you didn't watch like the last 5 videos, I talked about it. And it comes with quite a few of them. Looks like it's for the function keys. Yes, it is for the function keys. So if you don't have function keys, I don't know what to say. I guess you could put them on the numbers, I guess, but then you're not gonna be able to see what you're even typing. Yeah, basic description, 9 Mitas, and you get a TV style keycap storage box. A little surprise gift from Tiny Mita. Oh, is that supposed to be like the TV you gave her in the beginning of the game? Just a heads up, these keycaps only fit mechanical keyboards with cross MX switches. So if you don't know what that means, it means that broke people can't use them. Nah, I'm kidding, bro. If you don't know what a mechanical keyboard is, they're the ones that sound like this. I don't know why they did the thing. And then like the memory foam ones, which are usually like not loud like that, are membrane keyboards, and those do not work because they have different attaching mechanisms. If you're using a laptop or a membrane, okay, literally just what I said. Merchandise gallery. Bro, what is with that goofy looking dance, bro? Alright, so here's all like the accessories, which something I just gotta say, if the developer or publisher is watching this video, why are you trying to sell it all together? Please give us an option to buy it separately, bro. Like, no way I want to buy this like $5 magnet. And I'm also stuck buying this body pillow. I don't know, bro. That is pretty crazy. We got the magnets, we got the bags, the badges. I already talked about all this stuff, so I'm gonna go over this really briefly. The mouse pad, which is probably my favorite one, and then the pins, and then of course the iconic body pillow only cover. And here's the reward tier, pretty much telling you what you're getting for what you pay for. So the keycaps and storage box is $69. Which again, like I said, I think it's quite expensive. I don't know what goes into making keycaps. Maybe these things are like harder to make than an actual car. I don't know, I just feel like for little things you put on your keyboard, sounds a bit expensive. This is some stuff you would probably find at $5 below. Maybe the box is really all that crazy, but I feel like they could have had a more budget version that didn't come with the box that was a bit cheaper. The Miside accessory pack, which I'm also not a very big fan of how they just included it all together. I don't know if you're going to be able to buy these separately. From this, I can't tell, but maybe I'm just being a big idiot head and didn't read the entire thing. I have ADHD, guys. Don't yell at me in the comments. But that's $123, which I am not going to pay $123 for a mouse pad and also get a body pillow. I'm going to have to somehow explain to everybody who lives in my house why I have that in my room. 1/7 figure, which is 69 USD, which I think is probably one of the best value things here. Usually these figures go for hundreds of dollars, so the fact that they have one that's cheaper is pretty nice. And if I had to buy anything from here, it would probably be that, since you could even change its parts out, which is pretty nice. The 1/6 scale figure and the 1/7 figure bundle is $265 US, which again, I don't know why they're bundling this stuff, unless if this is just like a example thing, you could actually buy it all separately. But I don't know why they're trying to bundle it all together. I get that you save 8%, but I feel like it's kind of silly. You can't just buy the 1/7 figure by itself. And then if you are like the biggest Miside enjoyer ever, then you can buy all of it for $384, which is 20% off. If you're like the Swiftie of Miside, might as well just buy that. You're saving 20%. At the bottom, they have some like anime type stuff going down here. Bring me home. And they put her of all people. I don't know about that, man. I was kind of interested in the Mita figure, but after seeing creepy Mita, I don't know if I want to anymore. I like how they're pretty honest with this. This seems like a pretty small, like indie type thing and not like some big corporate. So they're being pretty honest with risks and challenges. And yeah, they talk about how long it takes to make a figure. So that means if you do buy this, you're probably going to be waiting like 9 months to a year. But luckily they do state somewhere in here that they did say that these things are already in production. I know they made like a whole song and dance about all this stuff earlier, so the 9 to 12 months may not be as long since we already saw that. So here's a closer look at the actual pricing. So it does seem to all come in bundles, or at least some things do, so it doesn't seem like you can buy the accessories and pins and all that stuff separately. This one seems to come with everything. This one comes with just the keycaps. If you do plan on buying some of this stuff, you will have to buy it all in bulk. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I like the merchandise. Clearly it was a big hit. I hope they bring it to some website where you can buy it all separately. But yeah, good start.